Because we're letting our internal squabbles, and we're going to be fine in a week, right? But the enemy's out there, right? How many things, once it's out in social media world, get erased forever? Exactly 0% of them. They're out there, they're there, right? Some of you guys might remember about 20 or so years ago, Bill Gates had internal emails that were exposed to the world, right? If Bill Gates can't erase an email, I promise you, there's nobody in this room that can make stuff that's supposed to go away. So we need to control our tongues, right? We need to have discipline over our tongues, and the Bible warns us about that. And then the last thing that we'll talk about, and I'll wrap up with this, priorities. We need to have discipline in our priorities, right? Because what happens so easy, and this is a common problem, and I would imagine that I'm talking to a group of people that identify with it just like I do, it's very easy for our priorities to get out of order, right? Yes. Because we have to go to work, right? Or we have to go to school, or we have to study for that test, right? We've got all these things we have to do. We want to get our exercise in. We want to prepare our meals ahead of time so that we're eating healthy, right? There's all these things that we're doing, and then we get home, we're exhausted, and what gets scrapped? Our prayer time, right? Our Bible study. Because I got to get up again tomorrow and start it all over again. So I'm going to catch up with God tomorrow, but I'm going to take care of all my world stuff every day. Priorities get shifted, right? And we've probably all been guilty of it to some degree, but here's the thing where each one of us, and I'm going to kind of close with this idea, I want each one of us to think, if we stepped out in faith, every one of us tonight, from the youngest to the oldest, if we stepped out in faith and said, if I give God a chance for 1 week, or 1 month, or 1 year, whatever, you pick a time frame, give God number one every day. Okay? Nothing happens before we take care of our relationship with God. Priorities. They get set right. Give God a chance to show each one of us how He can make everything line out in life if we put Him at the top. Right? Magically, and I don't know exactly how He'll do it. Maybe He'll give us 26 hours in one day because we needed a little extra. Did God do that? Yes, He could, right? God can do whatever He wants to do. But my point is, we have to step out in faith and say, I know I need to get all this stuff done, but instead of sacrificing God, sacrifice something else and see if it doesn't fit in anyway. And I believe that it will. But it comes by stepping out in faith. It comes by putting that discipline in our life, and it comes by forming a habit. Right? So we should, by habit, just like we get up every morning and by habit we probably eat breakfast, right? We probably brush our teeth. We probably get dressed and go to work or school or wherever we're going, right? We do that by habit. We do it every day. Dive into this by habit every day, right? It's very easy. Sometimes the first thing that we look at is this right here, right? You open this up. And it's easy, right? It's habit. We've gone to it, right? What's happening, right? And I do it too. I have my own little things that I'm checking all the time. And Megan looks at me and she says, what are you doing? So I'm always checking our budgeting out. And she catches me. So we all have our things, right? But if we'll put this first, right? Put this first. Let family fall in right behind God, always. And then everything else, what you'll find is God first, family second, and then everything else just magically falls in order. And we will get it done. We will form the right habits. We will build the character that is built for eternity. And it starts through the power of action and habit and faith. Amen?
Amen.
Thank you all.
Thank you.